What is going on, my Masketeers? Welcome back to another episode of the M.A.S.K. Today we are going to be talking about HBO's coming of age drama Euphoria. Season 2 just came out, had the chance to watch all of it, and now I'm here to give you my thoughts and my opinions on season 2. Man, oh man. You know what? Honestly, I think the first thing what I'll just have to say, I got to take my hat off to them. It is the visual masterpiece that is Euphoria. I think everyone will be in agreement when I say this, that the original, or season 1 should I say, when you watched it, you were taken on such an amazing journey with the character, and the angles kind of allowed us to get into her head and see how she perceives the world when she's under the influence. And for those of you that don't know who I'm talking about, I am talking about Rue, portrayed by the very talented Zendaya. Season 2, I felt, kept the same spirit. Told you a continuation of where things left off on season 1. I'll say that for this season, it was more focused. There wasn't really that much happening with a lot of other characters. Because in season 1, we had a point of view from a few characters, and we got to see their journeys and how they were going through different situations during the same time. Whereas in this one, I feel like it was a more focused, a more condensed story. We didn't hear from as many of the other POVs. In this one, I think they really focused maybe like on 4 main people, and the rest were just kind of background. For season 2, I would say that it is more focused on the aftermath of Ro relapsing, her development as a character, and how she gets into a space where she is finally able to admit that she needs help, or not even that she needs help, that she has to be the one to help herself, that no one's gonna come and rescue her, that she has to be her own hero. And we really go through the journey as she kind of has this awakening. But don't get it twisted. There's a couple of times she goes to the darkness. She was out here on these streets, hustling, trying to get this dope. Matter of fact, girl even became a hustler herself. She definitely went through the ups and downs in this season. A lot of characters, like I said, I felt they played a lot of background noise. They didn't really take center stage. One of the characters who I'll say kind of played background noise was Maddie. But in this season, Maddie's story is more tied into 2 other characters, and the 2 characters being Cassie and Nate. Oh Lord, Nate, the devil spawned. Listen, if Thanos became a flipping teenager, that is who Nate is. He is just on so much madness. He stays in the shits. But yeah, so like, they're having like a little 3-way. Like, their stories are tied in together, and they're tied in together because Cassie and Maddie are best friends. Maddie wore an item, but now they're over. This season starts off with Cassie and Nate getting into a whole situation. So Cassie essentially betrayed her best friend, and it's her going through the quote-unquote ups and downs and trying to keep this whole thing a secret from Maddie, but then she feels guilty at times, but then she kind of tries to justify her actions by saying that Nate and Maddie weren't together anymore and yada yada yada. But the maddest thing is, obviously in season 1 they said that Cassie was like a hoe. Throughout the season you kind of find out like that's not really the case. But in season 2, it's looking like he was really a hoe this whole time. You have that storyline, and that's the one thing which I will say. Cassie just went mad in this season. In this season, I feel like not even her character development, but I feel like her growth as a character just went downhill. They turned her, into a whole different character, a character that I don't even recognize. And so I was like, wow, she's really going through it. Funny enough, that's like what they did with Maddie. Maddie's character in this season, I feel, gets so much character development. You get to see different sides to her, and you see that she's caring and affectionate person to those that she has chosen to show that to. She definitely made you like her this season. This season, Maddie's character development, you definitely be on her side by the end of the season because her growth is actually quite well done. Nate's character development is just all over the place, and not even in a bad way. We're seeing a mentally damaged person who has suffered so much trauma as he sees it that his development is going to be like his mindset, very chaotic. And we just kind of go again on the ride as he navigates that whole growth. So yeah, man, that's what I'm gonna say about Nate. You gotta watch the season to really take him in his glory. Actually, tell a lie, tell a lie. There is another character who they gave some shine to, where her character development, when I say shot through the roof, it literally shot through the damn roof. And that is none other than my girl Lexi. Lexi's character development and her growth in this season, crazy, crazy. They put a spotlight on her and she was out here shining like a diamond. By the end of the season, Lexi was also one of my favorite. And Lexi's story is actually tied into her finding her voice, but then her also spending some time with Fesco. Fesco, my guy. Oh, listen, Fesco in this season, he's just he's like a breath of fresh air. He can't do no wrong to me. Honestly, Fesco, he did his thing. And the relationship between Fesco and Lexi is so pure and it's so warm. I just love to see it. Yeah, so definitely Fesco, my guy. Lexi, my girl, like they were definitely doing it. You gotta get honorary mention. This young man here is the epitome of ride or die. This young man here was the very embodiment of when they say, I am my brother's keeper, without a doubt. A moment of silence for my guy, Ashtray, aka Ash. Yo, Ash is a gangster. I don't know where he got it from. I don't know how many gangster movies he watched, but this man was really and truly a gangster. He was goddamn Tony Montana. He was Tony Montana. He went out there and he was smoking all the cockroaches. He was doing his thing. Listen to me. Ash, Hall of Fame, 100%. This guy here was out of control. I love it. 100% gangster. As for the rest of the characters who were prevalent in season one, like I said, they were here, but they were very muted. And their storylines didn't really go anywhere. They didn't really develop their characters in any significant way. Or for me anyway, they didn't. Everybody who I mentioned and I touched upon, those people, their stories, their interactions, their development really pushed this season. Where do I see this show going? I don't really know. Well, I have one prediction, right? My one prediction is this. I think that if season 3 is the last season, she will die in some way. Probably she will stay clean and then she'll take drugs one more time and she'll overdose on that. That's my prediction. How I see Euphoria ending. In the end, Ro will die. How did I feel about the season as a whole? I liked it in some parts and then in some areas, not so much. I did like the character development in certain people, but then at the same time, I felt like this season, not that much happened. Whereas in season 1, a lot happened and it set up the pieces for something to go down. But in season 2, I don't feel like a lot happened. Some things happened, but not a lot. That is my only true critique on season 2 of Euphoria. But as a whole, still, I really enjoyed the season. So my rating for the season, I am going to give it an 8 out of 10. Overall, definitely a good season. Definitely a must watch. Definitely had vibes. And, one more thing. The soundtrack, banging. Labyrinth did his thing. Every time, hitting. But yeah, that's it for me. Please tell me what you thought in the comments below. And like always, comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you next time, my Masketeers, at the next masquerade. Peace.